today I'm going to make some homemade spaghetti or homemade pasta. You can use this fine Italian triple O flour. Believe it or not, this one comes from Italy. I don't know whether they make it over here. I understand that it's a softer wheat. Why they use a softer wheat, I don't really know. But it's supposed to be the best for making homemade pasta. Now, you can use semolina. Semolina is okay to use, but it's a little bit more difficult to get a nice, smooth pasta ribbon out of it. What I sometimes do is use semolina with ordinary flour. This stuff's about $3 a kilo. Ordinary flour is about $1 a kilo. This is about $2.70 a kilo, something like that. So if you're going for a bit of economy, you can also make pasta out of ordinary flour. It's just a wee bit softer, but it's still okay. It still tastes nice, believe me. Now, for pasta, all you need is eggs and flour. Some people put salt in, some people put other things in. But all you need, my mother only ever made it with eggs and flour, and it was always nice. Now, you can use just the yolk of the egg if you want. If you're planning a dinner party, for example, and want to make a pavlova for dessert, and you end up with half a dozen egg yolks that you've got nothing to do with, well, you can put them in your pasta. Now, 3 egg yolks would be the equivalent of 1 egg. When you're making pasta, if you're making it for 6 people, you generally use 6 eggs, and you'll have a little bit of pasta left over. So we'll start with 3 eggs. Okay. Generally, it's about 100 grams of flour to each egg, which means 1 cup, which is about 200 grams, will do 2 eggs. Okay. A bit messy, but it doesn't take quite as long. Okay, a bit more flour. Now you can do some hand work. Just over here. A bit more flour. Okay. Go on again and do another lot. I'm making 6 eggs of pasta, and I want to end up with some ravioli, some spaghetti, and I'll end up with a lasagna. So we'll have a bit of variety. Okay. Okay, now that's basically mixed it all up. Now all I've got to do is get it to a decent consistency and I'm right. You can't really avoid getting your hands a little bit dirty, but that's the fun of it, you know. Everybody likes playing with mud pies. Get 6 ribbons of pasta now, so I'll divide this up into 6, and each one will be a ribbon of pasta. Now you start on the widest setting, right? You just pass it through. I've got to tighten it up a bit. You make sure you use plenty of flour because you don't want it sticking everywhere. You just keep putting it through, doubling it over. Okay, you put it through the machine and then you, alright, you just double it over and make sure the outside's got plenty of flour on it. Put it through the machine, fold the outside in, plenty of flour. Plenty of flour. Now because you're folding it in, you make sure the outside gets all the flour. Right? Fold it in. Okay. Flour on the outside. Now that's gone quite hard, so you just set it in, put it in one setting. Okay, it's going to get a bit thinner now. Make sure you've got plenty of flour on it because this is the last time you'll be putting flour on it. In one more setting. You go in one setting each time now. Whoops. One more setting. You can see it's getting a bit longer and a bit thinner. Look, the first few times you'll make a mess of it, but it's all part of the fun. See, that's the final one now. I think you've got it as thin as you can get it. You can't go any further. So now we just put it on the table to dry a bit. Now you put it onto the thicker setting again and you start the process all over again. Plenty of flour. It's just going to absorb the flour a little bit at a time. There's no quick way, it's just a matter of putting it through the machine, absorbing the flour. See, you put the flour on the outside and the inside will stick together there. See, that's, you want that to stick together so that when you go through it'll be a nice even ribbon. Summer, the pasta will dry much more quickly than what it does in winter, and in winter obviously it takes longer. When you put it out onto the tablecloth, it will need to be there a little bit longer in the winter before you can cut it, because it's got to be reasonably dry before you can cut it. However, today I would say that by the time we finished making these 6 ribbons, we'll be ready to cut the first one. Whoa. When you think my mother used to have a rolling pin that was about 4 foot long and a great big flat board. Yeah, that's the last one.